Mambo vipi? Mambo vipi? Hujambo? Welcome to Learn Swahili with Victor. Today we're going to learn about noun classes. In Swahili language, nouns are grouped into different classes. We call this classes, noun classes, ngeli za nomino. Yeah, and we group classes depending on their initial prefixes. Yeah. So the noun, that noun change at the beginning of the word shows singular and plural. So we take the prefix of the noun in singular and plural. The first initial prefix of the noun in singular and plural. And take a note this. In Swahili, we have different theories of categorizing noun into their classes. But the theory that we're going to use today is the theory that consider noun classes basing on the initial prefix of the nouns in singular and plural. Now let's see which examples of the noun classes that we're going to discuss today. We have one noun class that we are going to discuss more about today. One noun class, it means the noun starts with in singular and start with wa in plural. Also, there is noun class. The noun starts with in the singular and plural start with me. Then there is G ma noun class. It means the noun starts with the G and in the singular and the plural start with the ma as others. So today we're gonna check. You're gonna make more emphasis on one noun class. That's the noun class that we're gonna discuss. The karibu. Now let's see. There's one noun class. One noun class includes the nouns of living creatures like people, animals, birds, insects. Some of the nouns, not all nouns, some of the nouns of living creatures like people, animals, birds, insects, and other stuff. And I said it starts with the in the singular and wa in the plural. So one noun class, it consists of nouns that have got prefix in singular and the were prefix in plural. As you can see, examples of these nouns. Have a look here. This is noun. These are nouns in singular. This one on a plural. Called singular umoja, plural wingi. Now let's see. Mtoto. Mtoto. You can see mtoto. Toto is the root of the word. So that is mtoto. Then in plural is watoto. Wa. Watoto. Wa. So toto is a what? A root. You get me? Now have a look another one. Mwanamke. Mwanamke. There is mwanamke. Then wanawake. Wa. We just keep M. We just move with wa. So wa. Wanawake. So it starts with the wa. Also start with the Have a look on here. Wanaume. Mwanaume. Mwanaume. Wanaume wa. Mwalimu. Start with the in the singular. Walimu wa. That's why it's wa. Mtu, a person. Mtu. Watu. You see people. What? So wa. Mpishi. Wapishi. Mpishi. Wapishi. So wa. Those are just examples of the nouns that are noun class. So when you see the nouns that's in singular start with the and plural start with the wa, that we call this is one noun class. So take a note. Not all nouns that we start with the in singular would be at the one noun class. It's supposed to follow this principle that in singular is supposed to be and plural is supposed to be wa. So not all nouns that we start with the in singular and plural is supposed to be one. No, the other nouns in singular can be and the plural can be another one, can be me. That's why we have me. So take a note of that. Make sure that in the nouns that are in one noun class are the ones that in the singular start with the and the plural start with the one, as we see some of the examples here. Now, let's see the way we can apply adjective, a possessive adjective, and pronouns, of course, possessive adjective and pronouns in one noun class. That's my concept here. We have to see the way we can connect possessive adjective and pronouns in one noun class. Let's see now. Possessive adjective and pronouns under one noun class takes the prefix W. You see? So what you take here, the possessive adjective, you only add W in front of those possessive adjectives. So we have to know what are these possessive adjectives. What are these possessive adjectives? So when you know these possessive adjectives, in the nouns, all nouns that are under one noun class, you just add W in front of that possessive adjective. Simple as that. I'm repeating here. We have to know what are these possessive adjectives. Then after knowing that, after knowing those possessive adjectives, the principle is that all nouns that are under one noun class, when it comes the issue of possessive adjective, you only add W in front of those possessive adjectives. You get me? Now let us see. These are possessive adjective. Vivumishi, vimilikishi. Adjective is vivumishi. Possessive adjective. They are in singular and then plural. You can see angu, my or mine. Angu, my or mine. Ako, your, but it's your in singular. Ake, her or his. Ake, her or his. Also, there's this one in plural. Etu, our or us. Etu, our or us. Eno, you are in plural. Our is there. Our is there. Now, remember the principle that we started here, that under possessive adjective, possessive adjective under one noun class, you just add the prefix W in front of that possessive adjective. You get me? Remember, this is only applicable to the nouns that are under one noun class. The nouns that start with in singular and start with the W in plural is when under this possessive adjective you add W. So over here we add W, so it will be wangu. Wangu. So angu it will be wangu. Here it will be, you add W, it will be wetu. Then ako, you add W, it will be wako. Enu, you add W, it will be wenu. Ake, you add W, it will be wake. Ao, you add W, it will be wow. Let us repeat here. Wangu, wako, wake, wetu, wenu, wow. Good. You see the way it is simple? Now, let us see. For example, we have mtoto. Mtoto wangu. Mtoto wako. Mtoto wake. Mtoto wetu. Mtoto wenu. Mtoto wow. You see? Let's see. Let's put that mtoto in the plural. Remember that is wa. So mtoto will be watoto. Watoto wangu. Watoto wako. Watoto wake. Watoto wetu. Watoto wenu. Watoto wow. You see? Simple like that. Now, let's see examples over there. Let's see examples of this possessive adjective together with the nouns that are under one noun class. Now, let's see. Mtoto wangu or watoto wangu. You see? Watoto wetu, mtoto wetu. Mtoto wako, watoto wako. O watoto wenu, mtoto wenu. Mtoto wake, watoto wake. Watoto wao, mtoto wao. Mwalimu wangu, walimu wangu. Mwalimu wetu, walimu wetu. Mwalimu wako, walimu wako. Mwalimu wenu, walimu wenu. Mwalimu wake, walimu wake. Mwalimu wao, walimu wao. So you can keep doing like this. You can put other nouns, like for example, a chef. A chef is mpishi. Mpishi in singular, wapishi in plural. Mpishi in singular, wapishi in plural. Let's see here. For example, say mpishi wangu, wapishi wangu. Mpishi wako, wapishi wako. Mpishi wake, wapishi wake. You see? Wapishi wetu, mpishi wetu. Wapishi wenu, mpishi wenu. Wapishi wao, mpishi wao. Simple like that. You see? So take a note that use wao, wetu, wake in the nouns that are under one noun class. And remember, the nouns that are under one noun class are the nouns that in singular start with and plural start with well. Thank you. Now let's see another thing under more noun class, which is demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative adjective that goes with noun and one noun class. Here are the demonstrative adjective and the pronouns that goes with one noun class. I say demonstrative adjective and pronouns because are the same. Demonstrative adjective and demonstrative pronouns are the same. You see? Now let's see. These are demonstrative adjective and pronouns that goes with the nouns and one noun class. Not all demonstrative adjective can go with the nouns and one noun class. Some of demonstrative adjective can go with the nouns and one noun class. Here are the ones that goes with the nouns and one noun class. Here are singular, huyu, this. Huyu, this. Yule, that. So huyu means this, yule, that. Hawa, this, wale, those. Remember, huyu is this, but it is this under one noun class. Sometimes it can change to hiki, hichi, we see in other noun class. But under one noun class, this is used as huyu. So huyu is a demonstrative adjective under one noun class, which means this. Yule is demonstrative adjective under one noun class, which means that. Hawa is also a demonstrative adjective, which means this. Wale also those. Let's see example. Mtoto huyu ni wangu. You see? Mtoto huyu ni wangu. Mtoto huyu ni wetu. Mtoto huyu ni wetu. You see? Watoto hawa ni wetu. Watoto hawa ni wangu. Simple like that. You see hawa, yeah? We say watoto hawa because hawa is for in plural. Mtoto huyu because it's one. Watoto hawa because in plural, you see? You can say mtoto hawa. No, that is not applicable because hawa is in plural. You get that? You cannot say watoto huyu. That's not correct. Because huyu is in singular. You get that? Okay. So watoto hawa ni wetu. Watoto hawa ni wangu. Simple like that. Also, you can see mtoto yule ni wangu. Mtoto yule ni wangu. Mtoto yule ni wetu. You see? Oh, watoto wale ni wetu. Watoto wale ni wangu. So you can not say watoto yule, no? Because yule is in singular. That's why you say mtoto yule, because yule is in singular, mtoto is in singular. That's why yule is applicable to mtoto. The word mtoto, because the word mtoto is in singular. Watoto is in plural. That's why you use wale. You get me? Thank you. Now let's see descriptive, adjective, and one noun class. Descriptive, adjective, and one noun class. Under descriptive, adjective, and one noun class, we just use the prefix M. The prefix M in singular and prefix wa in plural. I think you know this descriptive adjective. We call them vivumishi vya sifa. Vivumishi vya sifa are the words that are describing, those words that are describing a person or a thing, something. The word that are trying to describe a person or describing something, we call them descriptive adjective. Descriptive adjective. So under one noun class, we just add M under the roots of that descriptive word, and the one under the root of that descriptive word. You get me? Now let's see. Mtoto mrefu. Mtoto mrefu. Mrefu is ref. The word ref is tall. Ref. Tall. Tall. T-A-L. Mtoto mrefu. Ref. Tall. So we just add m to ref, which is tall. Mtoto mrefu. Watoto warefu. Watoto warefu. Ref is tall. Tall like me. Yeah. Watoto warefu. So the root of the word mrefu is ref. Warefu is ref. So we just add to the singular, which is mtoto mrefu. Because it's one, you say mtoto mrefu. In the plural is watoto warefu. You cannot say watoto mrefu, no, because watoto is in the plural, so it's supposed to use warefu. You get me? Let's see another one. Mwalimu mfupi. Mwalimu mfupi. Fupi is short. 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 The one who is short. Short like my wife. Short. Mwalimu mfupi. Fupi is short. You see? So you just add, fupi is the root of the word. So we just add M in front of that word. Mwalimu mfupi, fupi. Mwalimu mfupi. Walimu wafupi. Walimu wafupi. Just add W-A. Mzazi mzuri. Zuri is good. Zuri is good. And zuri is the root of the word. Zuri is the root of the word. So we say mzazi. Mzazi is a parent. Mzazi is a parent. Parent, good parent. Good parent. Mzazi mzuri. Then in plural is wazazi wazuri. Wazazi wazuri. Wazazi wazuri. Then there is mtu mchoyo. Choyo is selfish. Selfish. Choyo is selfish. So we say mchoyo, someone who is selfish. Mtu mchoyo, a person who is selfish person. Mtu mchoyo, watu wachoyo, watu wachoyo. No, the most important thing to know here under descriptive adjective, you need to know different words that are used in describing. That's the assignment you have to take. That you have to know different words that are using in describing. Then after knowing those different words that are using describing, you will just use this principle. So in our live class, we'll think on these different words that are using in describing. So you can know these different words that are using in describing. Then you apply the principle that we are applying over here under descriptive adjective that are under one noun class. So during our live class, we have to stick on this, that you know different words that are using describing, so that you can know more descriptive adjective. You get me? Good. Let's see the last one. How do we use noun class in numbers? This noun class in numbers. How do we use these things in numbers? We just add in singular, and we just add wa in plural. But the other number from 1 to 5 are the ones that apply that principle. But from 6 to the last, to the infinite, we just mention the way it is, the numbers. Have a look here. In singular, as we know, numbers in singular is only one. The rest are not in singular. You say mtoto mmoja, mwalimu mmoja, mlinzi mmoja, mzazi mmoja. The word is moja, but we just add we just add m. Then there is watoto wawili. The word is wili. Wili is like two. Wili. Watoto wawili, walimu wawili, walinzi wawili, wazazi wawili. Just add or watoto watatu. Tatu, I think you know, tatu is 3. So we just add w. Walimu, watoto watatu, walimu watatu, walinzi watatu, wazazi watatu. Just add wr. The only number that you add m is 1, moja. The rest you add wr. And the only number that is simple, somehow different, is wawili, because I know you know mbili, but here we say wili. So just say wawili, 2. Then the rest tatu, just add wa, it comes watatu. Nne, just add wa, it comes wanne. Tano, just add wa, it comes watano. Up to here. You see, take a note over here. Yeah. Watoto watano, walimu watano, walinzi watano, wazazi watano. Watoto wanne, walimu wanne, walinzi wanne, wazazi wanne. Watoto watatu, walimu watatu, walinzi watatu, wazazi watatu. You see? Then from 6 to the infinite, to the last, to other numbers, from 6 to other numbers, you just use the number the way it is. The only thing that you consider is about the nouns. You know, watoto, you just say sita, walimu, sita. You will just mention the name the way it is. Watoto 7, watoto 8, watoto 10, watoto 11, watoto 12, watoto 15, watoto 20, watoto 30, watoto 50, watoto 100. So just let you add the number the way it is from 6 to the other numbers. Watoto 200, watoto 1000. You see, you just add the number the way it is, but only consider the number that you consider these nouns in one noun class. Thank you for attending my class for this noun class, especially nouns that under one noun class. For more elaborations, come to my live class. Let us arrange for the live class so that we can have more elaborations, more you can have more you can know more about this noun class, especially more noun class. Order, I think you know my number, you know how to contact me so that we can organize the live class. With the live class, we'll be able to know in details about this noun class, this noun class, and the other noun class a lot. You're gonna ask a lot with the live class. You can ask questions, you can ask anything from me. Yeah, you can ask anything you need from me. Yeah, so don't dodge about the live class. It's good, these are recorded class, but with live class you learn more about Kiswahili, especially this noun class. You can make assignment with me. You can pose a question and you get the answer with that time. That's good. Okay. Thank you for attending this lesson. Karibu sana.